Hello, my lovely army! Can you believe it? The year 2025, the year our 7 kings finally reunited, has passed. And a beautiful new chapter, 2026, has officially begun. To prepare for the masterpiece dropping this spring, our boys poured their hearts into creating this new album. Do you remember? They spent last July and August under the LA sun for a song camp. They've returned home and finished recording. Right now, I bet they're sweating in the dance studio, working hard just for us. Or maybe, they're snapping those breathtaking concept photos that make our hearts stop? Who knows? They might even be finished already. As for the music video, I have a feeling they're filming something cinematic overseas right now. Mark your calendars, sweethearts! On March 20th, the new album Arirang will finally be ours. Just 2 short months left to wait! I'm already shaking with excitement, wondering what details they'll reveal next. And the news that made us all scream? The world tour / Japan dates are set for April 17th and 18th at the legendary Tokyo Dome. The battle for tickets is fast approaching. My heart races just thinking about the results. I know you're all nervous, but let's hope for a miracle together, okay? Now, let's dive into the juicy details of this glorious comeback scheduled for March 20th. At midnight on January 16th, the title Arirang was unveiled to the world. Pre-orders opened and then, as if they heard our prayers, all 7 members surprised us with a Weverse live yesterday. I honestly teared up. It felt like they finally wanted to share their hearts with us after keeping secrets for so long. During the live, our boys confessed they've been swamped with practice and meetings lately. They see each other every single day. In fact, they told us they were practicing right before turning on the camera. Even when they're exhausted, they still came to see us to say hello. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? So grab some tissues. Let me break down the most touching moments from yesterday's live for you right now. First up, Our leader Namjoon opened his heart about how the title Arirang was chosen. Jimin, being the cutie he is, admitted, armies worldwide might be confused, asking, Arirang? Why suddenly Arirang? International fans might wonder what it means, and even Korean fans might be surprised by the sudden choice. But then, Namjoon shared the deeper meaning. When we all gathered together, he said, we asked ourselves, what is our true essence? We thought deeply about it. We wanted to show the world exactly where our story began, because all 7 of us are proudly Korean. We wanted to embed a symbol of our homeland into this era. That's why they brought up the keyword Arirang. But here's the beautiful part. Arirang is interpreted differently by every single person. It is abstract, Namjoon whispered. To me, it holds a sorrowful longing and deep love. I thought about this constantly during my time in the military. I looked back on the past. I dreamed of standing on stage again. I missed the world outside. I missed my beloved armies. And I missed my Bangtan members so much it hurt. I missed our history too. Arirang holds all the joys, anger, sorrows, and pleasures of life. Since this is our first album in such a long time, we wanted the music to capture every single emotion we've survived together. That is what our precious leader shared with us. Regarding Arirang, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, this feels like a title only our boys could create, specifically because they are all Korean. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. Namjoon wanted to include a symbol of their identity, and it just fits them perfectly. It's not about which nationality is better or worse. Not at all. But there is a special, unique depth of expression that only a group with their shared heritage can achieve. They shared their hearts, and this beautiful destiny was decided among them. When Namjoon spoke about the life experiences and emotions he felt during his service, I couldn't help but remember how he suffered from insomnia during his enlistment. My heart breaks thinking that in those sleepless moments, he was thinking about what he missed the most. And the fact that Arirang means something different to everyone is key. For you, my darlings, and for the members. The interpretation might be completely different. I think they are trusting us. leaving the final meaning up to the listener's heart. I truly want to feel the soul of each member's arirang flowing through their music. And then, our cheeky Tay-Tay mentioned something that made my heart skip a beat. He teased that the secrets will be unveiled one by one once the album drops. So, I think this is another special surprise they prepared to make ARMY smile. Just thinking about it makes me so excited. I can barely wait. Now, hold on to your hearts for this second topic. Did you know the Arirang logo was actually crafted by our golden maknae, Jungkook? Jiminny shared the sweetest story, saying, our Jungkook asked, how about we try this? Apparently, while working hard in America, Cookie sketched about 4 designs, and he sent them straight to the company with so much passion. It seems he poured his creativity into an illustration pad just for this. As expected of our multi-talented genius, right? Moving on to the third topic, do you remember the rumors before the announcement? The famous hello theory? The members were actually wondering if any ARMYs had correctly guessed the title Arirang, leading to a conversation about how the logo looked like hello. And how our lovely Jimin kept repeating hello during the Weverse live in LA. The members were actually talking about all of this amongst themselves. I was so touched to know they were checking our theories and reading our comments. But as it turns out, it didn't really have a hidden meaning after all. Maybe he was just feeling cute and wanted to greet us in English since they had just arrived in LA. They laughed together, saying maybe his greeting was just a bit weird. And Namjoon even confirmed with a smile. He was really just saying hello. There was talk that it might be a track title instead of the album name, but it seems that theory has melted away too. Now for the fourth topic, and this one really shows their passion. To choose the 14 tracks for this album, they composed over 100 songs. Do you recall when Namjoon did a solo live and asked us, how many songs would make you happy? One lucky fan replied that 14 would be perfect. And remembering that moment, Namjoon revealed, I think we had over 100 songs. But we poured our hearts into narrowing it down to these 14 gems. Then, Jiminny added that each member participated in making about 10 songs each, eventually selecting the absolute best for us. I'm not sure if this was before their song camp, but 100 songs? That sheer amount of effort. It brings tears to my eyes. The process of choosing just 14 must have been incredibly difficult, since it's not just the members but the whole team involved. Surely there were many passionate discussions to give us the best result. But Jungkook said, when I listen to it, I truly think this is so us. He loves it so much, he even listens to it once a day. And Namjoon shared, we poured so many different emotions into this. Since it's our first studio album in a long time, I'd be happy if you could feel the depth of our thoughts. He promised it's an album that stays beautiful no matter how much you listen to it. This is their glorious comeback after returning from service. So I'm sure these 14 chosen tracks hold their most precious feelings. I want to listen to every note while cherishing that beautiful background story. For the fifth topic, it seems confirmed that there isn't a song actually named Arirang. While discussing the 14 tracks, Namjoon was being so careful not to spoil anything. But then the playful Tay-Tay asked, what's your favorite song right now? And Yoongi immediately teased, how can you say that now? Then our cute Jiminny whispered, tell me secretly. And Namjoon jokingly offered to sing, suddenly changing the flow, by asking, how about Arirang? Artie? And Hobie happily played along. Since they were joking about it so openly, I think it implies there isn't a specific track with that title. Instead, we will surely feel the spirit of BTS's Arirang across all 14 songs. And finally, the sixth topic. It turns out our handsome V is attending laser hair removal sessions. When Tay-Tay held up a tablet to check the condition of his chin, Namjoon proudly said, I recommended he get laser removal. And Jimin sweetly added, you look 3 years younger. Since V had cute complaints about his beard growth during a Weverse live, I had thought maybe laser treatment would help him feel better. So I'm really relieved and happy for him. Though I must admit, I thought V looked incredibly sexy with a bit of stubble too. I'm a little sad to see it go, but whether he has a beard or not, we love him. It feels like the end of a small scruffy era, doesn't it? Now, hold on to your hearts, my lovely armies. Topic number 7 is finally here. The album, Arirang. Namjoon Oppa teased us, saying the vibe is completely different from our wildest dreams. He thinks it's going to surprise us all. He literally said it's going to be unlike anything we're imagining. I can already feel the butterflies, can't you? And get this, our sweet Jiminy actually played the tracks for his parents. They told him, "You've really grown up." But Jimin promised that despite the maturity, it's overflowing with that signature BTS soul we love. I know we were all whispering about a sequel to the most beautiful moment in life, but could this be something even better? What do you think, darlings? Does mature mean we're getting a sexy concept? I might faint just thinking about it. Does grown-up mean smoother, calmer vibes? My imagination is running wild. I'm dying of curiosity. March feels like an eternity away, doesn't it? I don't know how I'll survive the wait. Namjoon gave us the funniest hint. He compared the album to Pyongyang cold noodles. He didn't mean it literally tastes like noodles, but that it has a flavor that gets stuck in your head and makes you crave more. Then Jungkook chimed in with his big doe eyes saying, "Isn't it like a high-end restaurant?" And Jimin agreed. Namjoon nodded, calling it an omakase course. A tasting menu served by BTS? I think I'm already full of love. It sounds so sophisticated and chic. It's hard to guess just from words, isn't it? But then Namjoon dropped a bombshell about individual solos too. My heart skipped a beat. Did he mean solo tracks on the group album? I'm spinning with theories. Does this mean we get to hear their individual voices shine within the masterpiece? 7 solos plus group songs seems like a massive gift, but honestly, with BTS, miracles happen. We'll know for sure when the track list drops. So that wraps up our 7 heavenly topics. I hope you're as excited as I am. Originally, the tour was supposed to be short, but they changed everything just for us. They decided to visit as many places as possible to look into the eyes of more armies. They broke all the rules to be with us longer. They didn't want to rush and burn out. They wanted to give us their absolute best every single night. So they planned breaks to keep the energy high and the smiles genuine. Long and happy. That's their promise to us. I'm tearing up just thinking about their devotion. Now that the album name Arirang is out, they can finally share a bit more with us, which makes me so happy. But knowing them, they want to keep the best surprises for later. So we might miss them on Weverse Live for a little while. But don't be sad. They hinted at doing the next live from Namjoon's house. Can you imagine a house party with the boys? Let's wait for that notification with bated breath. It's going to be legendary. Now, there was a tiny moment where people noticed our golden maknae, Jungkook, checking his device. Some people were pointing out that he was glancing at his Apple Watch. But honestly, who cares? I just think he looks so tech-savvy and cool wearing it. Don't you? Whether he's checking his phone or his watch, he's just being our busy, hardworking cookie. I think people who worry about that are just missing out on how adorable he is in every moment. Even if he changes watches, he probably just wants to look his best for us. He's perfect, no matter what. With the comeback right around the corner, let's just drown out any noise with our overwhelming love and support. Fighting! And oh, my heart. After the live ended, Namjoon came back to Weverse with the most beautiful message. He wrote, "For me, love is still a complicated word." Our poet leader is so deep. He asked himself, have I ever truly loved someone properly? It makes you want to hug him, doesn't it? He said he's been holding on to that question for a long time and realized only one thing is certain. The fact is, he still doesn't fully know. He said, "Last year, I felt trapped by so many things." My poor heart breaks hearing that. He carried so many burdens we didn't see. He spoke of things appearing and vanishing, the shaking, the pain, and overcoming countless failures. But listen to this part. He said, "After that time, I feel like I am finally standing here, looking at spring. I know this waiting isn't the end, but I didn't stop, and I made it this far." He's so strong for us. He said, "That alone is enough. I think too much, but I believe I've grown, and I'll keep believing. I might fail again and stumble again," he admitted with such raw honesty. And in that process, I might make someone sad or hurt myself. But that vulnerability is why we love him so much, isn't it? I think I am finally beginning to understand. Just a little bit. Simply trying to do well isn't the magic answer to everything. While my heart races with the thrill of returning after so long, My soul feels incredibly humble and grounded. Even when I try to steady my breath and choose my words carefully, they come out rough and clumsy. I honestly do not know why these feelings are overflowing like a river inside me, but I refuse to hide away anymore. I want to speak my truth to you. My heart still pounds like crazy when good music is born. And when I am goofing around with the members, I find myself laughing purely, just like a child again. And oh, when I picture the audience, those ARMY bombs shining like a starry forest in the night, I feel the tears welling up in my eyes. I believe with all my heart that this energy, this love, is what brought me and brought us to this very moment. Some of you watch over us quietly. Some may turn away and leave. Others worry, feel regret, or perhaps even offer harsh words of criticism. But no matter the form it takes, if you are still there waiting for us, if that is your love, then I want to stand up and fight for you. Again and again. Even if I stumble, even if I wobble, this is how one human being tries to love the world. This is what it looks like to truly live. If each of us is a vast, singular universe, then perhaps this struggle is the entirety of that universe's existence. With these overflowing feelings in my chest, I will keep waiting. My New Year's greeting comes late, I know. But now I am ready to take a step forward into the unknown, to the place where the sun rises majestically, to the place where the whispers of spring can be heard. I will end this messy letter by borrowing a line from Rilke that has stayed in my heart. Love is still so complicated, but I just want to tell you with pure honesty, I love you. Let everything happen to you. Beauty and terror. Accept it all just as it comes to you. Just keep going. No feeling is final. Never stop walking. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? That was the content of the letter. You can just feel how much our precious Namjoon cherishes our lovely ARMYs, right? It completely tugs at the heartstrings. He wants to share every single emotion with us so desperately. I am sure many of you are grabbing for tissues right now. I really, truly hope that during this world tour, our Namjoon can feel nothing but pure bliss every single moment he spends with us. Just think back, darlings. Last June, our 7 stars finally reunited as a complete group. It was the moment we all prayed for. Last year, our Sunshine Hobie lit up the world with his solo tour, and our worldwide handsome Jin showed us his amazing music too. But this year? Oh, hold on to your hearts, because we are finally getting full group activities. The world tour kicks off on April 9th. And listen to this. April 17th and 18th are the big nights at Tokyo Dome. I can barely breathe just thinking about it. Our boys are going to be sprinting full speed ahead toward the release of their new album, Arirang, on March 20th. They are working so hard, just for us. We have to watch over every single step of their journey with love. Right, my sweethearts? I was so happy to share these heart-fluttering updates about our beloved members with you today. That is all for this time. Thank you so much for spending your precious time watching with me. Don't forget to subscribe so we can fangirl together again soon. I love you all!